Hi guys, MBT here from MBT Creates, and this is Tunisian Tuesdays Part 1. I plan on dropping a new Tunisian stitch video every Tuesday for the foreseeable future, or until you guys get bored, one or the other. And the first one we're going to learn involves making a right twist stitch, and the pattern comes out in columns. It's super easy to do. Let's jump right in. This particular stitch pattern, I'm using a block pattern from my Tunisian Sampler Ruana. So I chained 21 here because that's what the pattern calls for. But if you're just trying to learn the stitch, I believe that any odd number will do. Now, my first row is going to be Tunisian simple stitch. And that is pretty much always the case because you can't do a fancy stitch until you have a foundation. Now, I always work in the back bump in the chain for all of my crochet, but especially for Tunisian because it just makes a neater edge. So I'm skipping that first chain and I'm going in the back bump of the next chain, and I am picking up a loop in each chain across. Now, I am using worsted weight yarn and a 7mm hook. You of course can use whatever yarn and hook you have laying around, but if you're just grabbing yarn off your shelf to practice, believe me when I tell you, you're going to want your Tunisian crochet hook to be at least 2 sizes larger than you would normally use in traditional crochet for the same weight of yarn. And let's remember, for Tunisian simple stitch, and actually for all Tunisian crochet, it's a 2-part row. On the first half you're putting stitches on your hook, and in the second half you're taking them off your hook. Remember, in Tunisian crochet we're not turning, so there was no turning chain. So you're going to have the same number of loops on your hook as you chained. I chained 21. I have 21 loops on my hook. We did skip that first chain, as we so often do in crochet, but I had a working loop on my hook, so that's why I still have 21. Let's take a look at the standard return. You use this in a lot of Tunisian crochet stitches, but not all of them. You're going to yarn over and draw through 1 loop on your hook, or chain 1. You'll see it written both different ways, and it depends how you say it in your head is dependent on what makes the most sense for you. And then for the rest of your standard return, it's just yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, yarn over, draw through 2, until there is only 1 working loop remaining on your hook. If you zip over to the blog to check out the written pattern, please remember that for this particular pattern, I am only writing out the forward passes of the rows because all of the return passes are the standard return, and there's no reason to write that out 9,000 times. So for row 2 forward, it says TSS, it's Tunisian simple stitch. We're going to bring the hook under that front vertical bar from right to left, yarn over and draw up a loop. Remember, we're putting loops on the hook, so it's staying. Every time we draw up a loop, we're adding it to the crochet hook. We're not working it off like we would in traditional crochet. And then right twist. So here's our Tunisian simple stitch that we just did, right? For a right twist stitch, instead of going right to left under the vertical bar, I'm going to go left to right, and that is going to cause the stitch, let me yarn over and draw up a loop. It's going to cause the stitch to slant to the right. That's why it's called a right twist. So for the rest of this pattern until we get to the end, it is Tunisian simple stitch, right twist, Tunisian simple stitch, right to left under the bar, yarn over and draw up a loop, right twist, left to right under the bar, yarn over and draw up a loop. And you can see immediately, you can see how every other stitch is leaning to the right. That's how I know I'm doing it correctly. We're going to do this till the end of the row, and then I'll show you how to address the end of the row. We're almost at the end of row 2. And once again, you can see that every other stitch is leaning to the right. So when I get here to the end, I have 2 stitches left. I'm going to Tunisian simple stitch in one, and I'm going to edge stitch in the other. Now, some people like to address that last stitch of any row of Tunisian crochet by working it the same way that you would the other stitches in the row. However, I like to put an edge stitch on. It gives a neater left edge. So I'm going under that vertical bar from right to left as if I'm going to Tunisian simple stitch, and then I'm going right through to the back. So I'm going under 2 strands. Can you see that I'm going under 2 strands? And then I'm going to yarn over and draw through both of it. As we build our block here, you will see that making an edge stitch in the end gives me a neater left hand edge. Now we're going to go ahead and do our standard return, which is yarn over, draw through 1, or chain 1, depending on how you like to think of it, and then yarn over, draw through 2 loops on your hook until only 1 loop remains. For all the subsequent rows, we're going to work them the same way, but it looks a little bit different when you're working on top of a row you've already completed with the twisted stitches as opposed to working on a TSS row, which is how we get started. So I wanted to show you row 3. So TSS, and then right twist. TSS, and then right twist. TSS, right twist. We're going to do this all the way to the end, and I want to show you that edge stitch one more time. Once again, you can immediately see the pattern building up. It's one of the things I like about Tunisian crochet, is if you have gone wrong, you're going to know it pretty darn quickly. So let me finish this forward pass, and we'll take a look at the end one more time. We're coming up to the end here. We have 2 stitches left. We're going to Tunisian simple stitch in the first one and edge stitch in the second one. Remember, we're going to go under that vertical bar like we always would for this type of stitching, but also under the strand behind it. It's going to fight with me today because I'm trying to show you what's going on. So here we are. We're under the vertical bar and under the strand behind it. Yarn over and draw up a loop. There is my edge stitch. You can see it starting to build up. It looks almost like a slipped knit stitch on the front, but you get this nice even edge. Standard return, chain 1, yarn over, draw through 2 until there's only 1 loop remaining. I'm going to put a few more rows on this and we will come back and take a closer look. All right, here are a few more rows so you can see how the pattern starts to stack up. 2 more things I want to show you. One is what it looks like on the wrong side. It just looks sort of textured on the back. It doesn't look like the front, but it doesn't look terrible and it doesn't bother me at all. The next thing I wanted to show you was how to address ending off this stitch pattern. Now, no matter what Tunisian stitch pattern you're doing, when you get to the end here, you're going to have this little, whatever row you do last is going to look a little wonky. We call that the open row. And it looks sort of loosey-goosey because Tunisian crochet stitches are predicated on having one row go on top of another. And the last row that you make, no matter what number row it is always going to be open. So to close this stitch, I use a regular traditional slip stitch, and I do it in the same manner as I would have done a Tunisian stitch. So instead of trying to slip stitch across the top, which I still think looks open and gappy, I'm going to insert my hook as if to Tunisian simple stitch, yarn over, draw it through that stitch, and my working loop, because now I'm doing traditional crochet, I'm not doing Tunisian crochet, I'm closing my final row. And then I'm going to do my right twist right here. I'm going to put that hook right in that Tunisian stitch the same way I would have done if I was picking up a Tunisian stitch. I'm going to bring it through the stitch and through the working loop, and I want to keep this nice and loose. I have to tell you, a lot of people tell me they have problems with their Tunisian crochet, not laying flat, and 98% of the time It's because you are not loose enough. So we can go all the way across as if to simple stitch, finish the slip stitch, as if to right twist, finish the slip stitch. So there, my top row is going to wind up looking like all the other rows beneath it, and that gives me a nice, neat finish to my right twist columns piece. Thanks so much for joining me. This is the first of what I hope to be many Tunisian Tuesdays. Check out the playlist for more.